What is this Torana? It's a rally car. It's a road car with 6-cylinder power and compact size. It's Torana, great to drive and easy to own. It's the winningest car in the country. Torana. When you're hot, you're hot. It's Torana.
Good morning, Stu here from Stu's Secret Stash, your YouTube channel that focuses on motoring, travel and music. And today we are at the National Holden Museum in Coffs Harbour, where we have a gathering of Holden Toranas. You can't get much more Aussie than Holden Toranas, meat pies, Holden cars and all that kind of stuff. So stay with me as we will be looking at some beautiful Aussie icon cars or iconic cars and celebrating this wonderful culture that we have in historic cars. Speak to you soon. Okay, so here we have a lovely LJ Torana S, lovely Aussie car in really original condition. Shame about the weather, I apologise about the weather, but what a gorgeous car. Very, very standard looking car, and certainly something that is an Aussie icon in today's motoring. Okay, next to that
we have Michelle.
Hello.
Oh, Michelle, you're with this car here, are you? This blue car?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's good timing. Hi, Michelle, I'm Stu.
Hey, Stu.
And I'm just starting my YouTube channel of cars, music and travel today.
Amazing.
And I'm well known in the area, hopefully for some good reasons to do with those things.
Fantastic.
And I thought, why not hop on the technology bandwagon? Can you, is this your car or is this one you coveted?
Let's say I'm the custodian.
You're the custodian? So why is this car special to you and your family?
Well, Richard bought it from this guy. This is Mel.
This is Mel.
Yeah.
Hi, Mel.
We bought it from Mel a couple of years ago.
Yes.
It was a write-off when Mel got it.
You're a bit rough on your cars, Mel, or was it pretty? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he bought it through of somebody who bought it from an auction house.
Yes.
It was written off.
Right.
And restored it to what it is today.
I'll just say it doesn't look like it's in bad condition now.
No,
and what makes it so special to you guys?
Oh, it's fondly known in our house as Grandpapa and in the club.
Lovely,
so
yeah.
He's just the old faithful.
Right, yeah. And it's on club plates, so you get to use it usually on sunny days.
That's right, usually.
And do you know any of the history of the car or anything fascinating about the car?
Apparently, I think, Mel, correct me if I'm getting this wrong, apparently it was bought by a guy who won money on the races.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
Yes.
And then he passed away, and it was an old lady who had the vehicle. He sold it to somebody else. That person had a micro sleep on a trip back from Sydney back up to Brisbane, and that's what caused the damage to the car.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it went through the salvage auctions. It was bought by somebody else. Became too big of a job for them to restore, so it ended up in Mel's hands.
Yes.
Mel restored it, had it for about 10 or 12 years.
Probably about 8.
8 years?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, then we took over Grandpapa.
Great. Well, Grandpapa lives again.
He does.
Thank you so much for your time, and you'll be able to see this. It might be a little while, but on Stu's Secret Stash on
keep an eye
on
out.
YouTube.
We'll keep an
And
eye out.
Mel, I believe. Thank you very much, Mel. I believe this is your current car.
Yes, it's a 75 Torana G-Pack.
Yes.
I bought that. I've only had it probably about 3 or 4 months.
Right.
I bought that from the original owners.
Wow.
10 years ago of cancer.
Yes.
And she came to the stage where she was unable to drive it anymore. So I bought it. Main reason being is to stop from being turned into an SLR, because that's what they did back in the day.
Yes. Yes.
To try and keep the originality there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what makes this car so special to you?
Well, it's just the history of the owner. He's
Yes.
got everything written in a book from the day he bought it.
Wow.
Everything he's done for it.
What a lovely car. And of course the G-Pack was well known for the fact that it was a standard Torana, but it was, shall we say, optioned up with special parts.
Yeah, all the SLR gear inside.
Yeah. Can we have a look inside? Is that all right? I'll let you open the door, but it's a beautiful car. I was looking at this earlier, and just in lovely condition. And it's a time warp, isn't it? Like,
Yes,
and part of Aussie history. Like, we just don't see this anymore. And it doesn't matter whether you're looking at the front or in the back. It's just something that's to be treasured, and it's so wonderful that. And of course, you can recognise these with the extra little stickers and livery there. So wonderful. Thank you very much, Mel, and thank you for coming up in this wet, not so friendly day in Coffs Harbour.
As people can see, the paint does not wash off.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly right.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mel.
Thank you.
Moving on now to another example of a Torana, a 4-door sedan, and it looks like we might have an owner coming across here.
Hang on, I'm Brett.
Brett, is it?
Yep.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Stu, and I'm starting off a new YouTube channel called Stu's Secret Stash.
All right, good.
And I'm right into cars.
Yep.
And I thought, why not celebrate the history that we've got and the culture that we've got? So, tell me what's special about your car. What you think is the most. Oops, hang on. Why did that cut off? Okay, we're back again, and tell me why your car's so special. What makes this car so special to you?
It's just something I had a car earlier on in my life, like everybody's got the same story. When they're 1920, they had a GDR or an XU1 or something like that. About 12 years ago, I got back into it again, and I bought this in Queensland off eBay, sight unseen.
Wow.
Flew up and drove it home.
And it didn't miss a beat?
No, didn't miss a beat. At that stage, it only had an old 173 in it.
And it hasn't got that anymore, I take it?
202 in it now, with
Yes.
triples on it.
So it's basically been built to LJXU1 specs, so I'm gathering. Yeah. And how often do you use the car?
Pretty regular, sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's proved to be reliable?
Yep, she's turned a billion go. It never
Wow.
has a problem.
That's wonderful. Real Aussie icon car. You talk about Holdens and meat pies and all that kind of thing, and I guess that's what you're out celebrating here today.
That's it. We try to do our best to support all these
Yes.
organisations.
Great. All right. Well, thank
really
you.
Enjoy it.
Great. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks.
I'll move on to the next one, and hope you have a great weekend and it doesn't rain you out too much.
Thanks a lot, Stu.
Okay, moving on, we have an LJ XU1. And the owner's name is Peter. I can't see him around here. Here he is. Here's Peter.
Hey, how are
How you going, mate?
Good, not
So
too bad.
you're the crazy owner of this car?
Oh, yeah.
And
Proud to own it anyway.
proud to be owners?
Crazy, yep.
Yes, well, we're all a bit crazy when we have these cars, aren't we?
Down a Torana, you have to be crazy. It helps. It helps.
So I love is this that paint job? It's called Plum?
No, that paint job is a 72 colour and it's called Shadow Mauve. So
Shadow Mauve.
5th month 72 XU1, matching 5 numbered.
Wow.
A lot of people leave them in sheds, but as you can see, we get this out and enjoy it. And we drive it how an XU1 should be driven.
Nice.
Sticking to the speed limit everywhere.
Of course, yes. And you're president of the Hunter Valley Torana Club.
President.
And how many Toranas do you have roughly in your club?
We've got some members that have 5 and 6 Toranas, so we'd probably.
So they've got the disease.
Well, it is a disease. I've got a couple. I've got an LC at home, so we'd probably have about 120 cars in the club in total.
Wow.
We're a small club. We only got about 90 members.
Yes.
A lot of people think we're a big club because we hold
Yeah.
Torana Fest.
Sure.
Which is the biggest Torana show in Australia.
Yes.
So we just get them out and use them how they should be.
Fantastic.
And enjoy.
Fantastic. And the one thing that you most like about Toranas, name one thing that, I know there's lots of good qualities, but what's the one thing that you think they're special about?
It's it's the owners that love them. As
Yep.
much as we love the cars, Torana people are just magnificent people, and the Torana community in Australia is just full of just wonderful people. So it's not only about the cars, it's how it was back in the 1970s. It's your knockabout mates, your Australian sort of lifestyle. So that's what I love about the cars. The cars themselves are just spot on, and they bring back so many memories.
Yes.
But it's the family, the Torana family in Australia.
Great.
They're unbelievable.
Yep. And tell me, do you ever get used to the fact, I remember having driven a couple of Toranas in my life, it was hard to get used to the fact that you're seated off centre a little bit. Do you get used to that?
Well, I'm an off-centred person, so you have to be off-centred. Look, it's something you just get used to.
Yeah, sure,
It's something
sure.
you just get used to. So, it's a lifestyle. We get away from stress and family and
Great.
issues, and
Yeah.
it's just a lifestyle. And it's
No
it's just
problem.
great. So, appreciate you covering us.
No worries, pleasure.
At the Coffs Museum.
Pleasure, and look up Stu's Secret Stash,
Thank you, Stu.
and it might take me a little while to perfect all this, but it will be up there.
Thanks, Stu.
And
Thanks for supporting us.
no problem
and
at all.
Red Point too.
And Red Point as well. So
Guys.
Red Point in Coffs Harbour, in Wagga, and in Kempsey. Oils, batteries, and accessories, and workshop materials. Now we've got a absolutely beautiful looking hatchback here. Certainly not standard. It's certainly been breathed over, and the power that this thing has is obviously something to behold. And I have spoken to the owner, and he will talk to us in a moment, I believe. A 1977 LX Torana hatchback, and what a beautiful machine. Manual gearbox, and obviously has the 5 litre, and I believe this car has been stroked up to 383 cubic inches. So whilst it was originally a 5 litre Holden motor, it's actually running a lot. Okay, this car's running a 383 cubic inch motor, and very, very hot, high powered car. And I got the owner here, but he's talking about the car, as petrol heads do, love talking about their cars.
It's a 383, yeah, it's a 6.2 5 litre car spot.
And how often do you use it?
Oh, every day if I can, yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
It's certainly not hidden, no.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, this is yours? We're out and about, yeah.
One of many Toranas that you've owned?
No, first favourite.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, wonderful.
Going nowhere.
Great. So you're a caretaker, but a long-term caretaker.
Ground up resto, yep.
Yes.
They build in the shed at home.
Very good.
Yep.
Wonderful. I love it. And the Simmons, they really set it off quite nicely, don't they? They're an Aussie wheel on an Aussie car is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. All right.
9-inch true track.
Yes. Wow.
A lot of carbon fibre features.
Yes. Yes. And of course, these were made very popular in the Bathurst days many years ago, and the sight of these things were quite incredible on the racetrack.
Yep.
And something to behold, and really there's the history behind these is something to be proud of. And I don't know about you, but you look at the offering of cars now and they just don't compare.
No, not at all. They even look fast.
That's exactly right, yes.
Yep.
And particularly the hatchback, which is what we've got here. I'll step back a little bit from a distance. You've got that really the shark-like look, I think you'll find. Moving on, we've got another lovely looking Torana, and looking here it's a red XU1 73 202 5-speed, so it gets driven everywhere, and it's quite a popular car, and I believe we might have the owner here. So, hi, how you going? I'm Stu.
Good. Chris, how you going?
Good, Chris. So this is your machine, and you obviously love it and drive it.
I love it and I drive it as they're meant to be.
Yes, yes. How long have you owned it?
Just short of 39 years.
Wow, so it's a long-term love affair.
It's a long-term love affair. I bought it when I was on the L's. I actually went for my P's in it.
Oh, fantastic. Of course, in those days, probably weren't seen as a valuable commodity. Now, of course, they're very, very highly thought of.
Yeah, they are. You know, like back, you know, when you sort of got it, you know, they were just a Torana. You know, they were a good car.
Yep.
And you know, and I come across this one down in Sydney, and I had a friend take me down, and the bloke took us for a few laps through the back of Sydney and frightened the bejesus out of it. I got to have it.
Fantastic.
So,
and the love affair began.
Yeah, the love affair began. When I bought it, it was white, but it was originally a red car.
Yes, yes.
And the wheels that are on it now weren't the ones that were on it. The ones on the green car next door.
Yes,
there,
yes.
What was on it when I bought it.
So they're the Globe Bathurst, I think.
So these are 15
Bathurst
by 7.
Globes? Yes, yes.
And they're actually a Globe wheel that was bought in, I think they're dated 72, 73.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know they existed until a friend showed me. We rolled the car out one day and I ended up buying them off him because they look really nice. And
Great.
Make the car sit nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like different.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a credit to you, mate, and you've kept it looking this beautiful this long. And are you married with a partner?
Yeah. Well, I was married, and then I've got another partner now.
Okay, not that I'm asking for personal reasons, but the partner wins over the car, or the car wins over the partner?
Oh, look, definitely the partner wins over the car, but like, you know, she knows that there's no competition there, so it's like,
yeah,
you know,
fair enough, yeah.
And you know, she would have been up here this weekend, but
yeah,
she's not feeling overly well. And,
no, I'm sorry to hear that.
But you know, she knows, and she said, "Well, see ya."
Yeah.
Know, and like I say, you know, like I owned
Great.
one as well, and my daughter was driving.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll get to that.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Like I as I say, driving this one in 2019, I did what they call the Repco reliability retrial.
Yes.
So I doled her up and lifted it up and put some big mud flaps and stuff on it, and that's why it's got WRX seats and things in it.
Wow, awesome.
And we drove it to Melbourne, and then we left Melbourne, went from Melbourne to Perth to Darwin to Cairns and back to Melbourne.
Oh, wow.
And about 4,000 or 5,000 of that was on dirt.
Gosh.
And when it was on the dirt,
so that
generally sideways.
That would have been very much along the old lines of the Red X trials that they used to run.
Yeah, that was pretty much what it was.
Hang on, that's a stupid thing. Yeah. So you were just saying that you did all those kilometres in Australia, very much like the Red X trial, and the car was up to it?
Yeah, look, we never had any real issue. The only issue we had was when we got over to Perth, West Coast Targa was in town, and they let us do the Motorcana track that they had set up. And it was a little bit of self-infliction. I give it a little bit of herbs down the back, and I actually shook the flywheel loose.
Oh my goodness.
And we didn't know that it was actually the flywheel that was the issue, and we did 7 more runs on it. And then, yeah, but you know, the XU1 club over in Western Australia, you know, went around to their place, we ripped it out, fixed it all up, and basically didn't have any issues with it, you know.
Yeah.
And it comes down to the prepreparation, you know. Like we knew what we were going to do.
Yes.
You know, I put a 5-speed in it so that we weren't breaking its neck while we were out on the highway, you know. So, yeah, and it got good fuel economy, and it did everything that we wanted it to.
Excellent,
excellent. It was the best time of our life.
Ah, things are made out of that, memories like that, aren't they?
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
With 44 other pre-1980 cars.
Wow.
All setting off every morning and an average.
Wow.
I think we averaged 630 k's a day on the driving days. Some
awesome.
days were shorter than that. I think the longest day was about 1,100 k's across the top of Western Australia. And you know, when you're in these things, it's just different.
And the best thing about that is probably not an EV in sight, mate.
I think the only ones we've seen were the ones that were stopped on the side of the road.
Music to my ears, and the EV brigade will probably be after me for that, but that's what you get when you have a historical love, you know.
It is what it is, you know, and you know, we love it. And, you know, like being here with the Hunter Valley Torana Club, you know, we love doing these sort of things.
Yeah, well, great. That's
this
fantastic.
Opportunity come up, so
we,
you know, even though it's raining, you know, we would have liked to have a few more people here, but.
You work with what you've got.
We work with what we got. They've got windscreen wipers. They're usually watertight. So.
That's right. Well, thank you for
right.
talking to us, and no doubt I'll get to talk to your daughter or you in a moment when we get to the green car.
I'm sure I'll be there, back down, but she'll be right.
All right, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Lovely car is an LX, and obviously 355 tells me that it's running a 5-litre motor that's been bought out, and we have an owner here who's the proud owner. Hi, Stu.
Stu, Travis. Nice
Pleased to meet you, Travis. So you're the proud owner of this wonderful car?
Yes, I am.
And so how long have you had this car for, Travis?
I've had this car for around 6 years.
Yep.
It took me 5 years to build it.
Oh, so you're a builder of it,
Yep.
so that's something to be very proud of.
On the road 12 months.
Oh, wow. And it was a labour of love?
Yeah, it's a big effort, this one, yeah.
Yeah, and is it one of many, or is this the only one you've had really time for?
I've done several, but this is one, I've only got one at the moment.
Yes, okay. And so this is an LX. And tell me the one redeeming feature about this car that you love the most?
Probably the engine, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's straight as.
The interior is great. It's nice to be in. All right. It's a nice cruising car with 5-speed Tremec box.
Because the Tremec are well known for being a very strong box.
Yes. Yeah.
And
there's different models of them as such. But,
yes.
You know, the 5-speed is effectively. It works well with 3.5 diff gears, and it becomes a good cruising car.
Yes, and of course this shape is synonymous with the SLR 5000s and the L34s and 09Xs, so you're really getting back into iconic Australian history here, and that's what we're all about, isn't it? Preserving the nostalgia and the memories.
It is. This one's obviously not a true reflection of an authentic car. It's got lots of modifications.
But it's what you wanted in a road car?
Yeah.
Yep, and that's what it's all about with this passion for these cars.
The car was there to be used.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and I see that it's definitely not got standard rear end in it. The look of those tyres, it's certainly definitely put some big rubber down to the road.
That's right, yeah. So it's a 9-inch Commodore rear disc.
Yes.
Commodore front disc and Harrop 4-spot calipers. So it's got a big braking upgrade, big driveline upgrade.
Fantastic.
To obviously a fairly strong engine as well. So you've got to have all that stuff to be able to back up the engine.
Yes. All right. Great, well thank you for talking with us, and I hope you have a good weekend and that the rain gives you a bit of a chance to enjoy things around. Thank you. Now moving on to this green beast here. So we've actually got a spiel here, I don't know if you can see this, LJ 1973 S model, Balmoral green, was a 173, 3 on the tree, but now running a 202 5-speed, so it's pretty much as bought. And lovely, honest looking car, complete with the crow's feet, but also it's honest and it's reliable, and I believe we've got the driver right here. I don't know your name. I'm Stu.
My name's Georgia.
Hi Georgia, how are you?
Thank you.
So you're the caretaker of this car this weekend, is that right?
Yes.
So what's it like to drive?
I love it. So nice to just get in, drive it. It's comfy.
Yes.
It is a bit noisy, but
that adds to the fun, doesn't it?
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah. And is this something that's always going to remain in your family in the foreseeable future that you can see?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yes. And do you use it for any? It looks like it's got some racing livery on it and so forth. Do you ever use it in any classic rallying or any kind of?
Just stick it up for a couple of. We've gone away a few times and we've just dressed it up.
Yes.
One was for the GDR and XU1 Nationals. We just made it as a service vehicle because it's on GDR and XU1.
Yes.
Then we went down to Canberra for the Canberra Nationals, and we had to dress up on the Friday, so we all got race suits with flanos on them.
Great.
We put the flano patches on the door.
I noticed the flano look this weekend.
We've got flanos on it.
The flanos.
I'm actually Chris's daughter.
Oh, right, there you go. Yes.
So it's just basically been like that since. And then it's got the where's it from? The Gunnedah stickers on it.
Oh, Gunnedah, right, from out west?
Yep, where it come from.
Wow, okay. So we'll just look in around here. So we've got the Gunnedah, Clifton's Gunnedah. So there you go, there's a sold and serviced at Clifton's Gunnedah. There's a blast in the past, no doubt, and part of this car's heritage. and it's certainly something to enjoy, and we don't get history like that much anymore, and it's rather sad to hear that, but we've got a job to preserve these wonderful machines.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and hang on.
Oh.
Okay, back again. I'm just having fiddled around with the wonders of technology, and hope you have a wonderful time here this weekend.
I will, thank you for having me.
And I hope the rain holds off a little bit, and if it doesn't hold off, don't do too many skids.
No, I won't. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on, we've got an LH Torana SLR 5000, and it's black in colour, and it looks like it's got some hot wire rep wheels on it, and what a beautiful car. Black, of course, was very, very popular in the day, and really looked something quite amazing. Oh, we've got I think this is a proud owner right here.
Troy.
Troy, pleased to meet you, Troy. I'm Stu. So this is obviously your beautiful machine.
Yeah, that's the one, mate.
And tell me a little bit about the car. How long have you had it?
I've had it 10 years. Been on the road about 6.
Yes.
Originally it was a brown SL, 3 on the tree.
Yes.
Cedar.
Right. Okay. So you've optioned it up quite a bit since.
Yeah. She's had a bit of work done to it.
Because to me this looks quite a genuine SLR now from a distance.
Yeah, it's pretty
close. It's got a lot of go good parts on it.
Yeah.
And of course that's what we do in Australia. We relive that nostalgia, and probably looking at the age of you, not to put any kind of dampener on it, but you can probably, like me, remember SLRs and that running around the streets and thinking one day I'm going to own something like that.
Yeah, I used to ride around in them when I was a kid. So
yes.
Dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And what's the one thing that you think is better in this car than any of the other cars apart from the owner? Is there one thing in this car that makes your car better than any other car here if you had to pick anything?
Oh, probably the foil we put in the starter motor bolt yesterday, or this morning actually. Yeah.
Okay, there's an interesting answer you don't hear all the time.
Yeah, the starter motor shit itself yesterday, so we put a new one in it last night.
Yes.
And one of the bolts stripped out, so...
Wow.
So yeah, the old pie tin foil in the thread.
That you can't beat better mods than that, and that's a real Aussie spirit, that is. Fantastic. All right, so try to enjoy the weekend, and I love seeing these cars on the road, and thank you for sharing your time with me.
No worries, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Have a good weekend. And over here we have Joe. I know Joe. He's restored this XU1, this LJ XU1 at the moment, and very, very nice job. Beautifully done. I can't see Joe. He's disappeared, but I do know him personally, and it's been a labour of love for this particular car, and something that has been really enjoyable, and the result speaks for itself. Beautifully done. True to original specs with the 3 carbs there you see, and something that he's just done a wonderful job of restoring. We'll be back right soon with some more cars. And here we've got, shock horror, a Holden, but not a Torana. But of course, if you know about cars, you would know that there were Holden Toranas and then there were Holden Monaros. And this particular Monaro is a later model CV8 Monaro, and it's been very well kept by its enthusiastic owner today, and because these Monaros, although based on a Commodore, are very, very collectible now. And you look there, the 2-door coupes, and running a Chev V8 motor, and certainly in keeping with the whole spirit of driving a Holden with a V8 motor. And lovely, lovely cars, and very worthy of the Holden badge. So there you have it, folks. Stu's Secret Stash here at the National Holden Museum in Coffs Harbour to support a Torana run, and we're particularly thankful to the Hunter Valley Torana Club for their time in Coffs Harbour in what is a horrible weekend weather-wise, but we certainly appreciate it. I'm signing out from the over for now. This is Stu from Stu's Secret Stash, and I'd like you to subscribe to my channel, called Stu's Secret Stash, and I hope to see you next time when I'm talking about cars, music, or travel, or a combination of those things. And remember folks, be kind to each other and stay safe. Thank you.